I start? Is this going to be edited?
It could be.
Or is it going to be shown to people that shouldn't really hear it? My advice is to come to Hamburg. Head down to Reeperbahn. So much poontang.
Now, some of you might know this time of the show, yeah? I tell you what, last year we spent most of our time over in Europe for a year, and there's some crazy people over there. And what we did with we'd carry a camera around with us, film some of the highlights and some of the lowlights.
Tell me, did you know that a poll taken by the BBC this year ranked Queen as the greatest British band of all time, even outrating the Beatles? Now, nearly 20 years after Freddie Mercury and Queen's last performance, you can experience the music all over again.
Hey, my name's Brett Milliken. I play Roger Taylor in Queen It's a Kind of Magic. Or played Roger Taylor. Feels like a lifetime ago.
My only friend, through teenage hate, and everything I had to know.
Roger Taylor, Brett Milliken. I'm not sure he's going to get the credit he deserves on this documentary, because he was always the most reserved of the group. He and I were the only two original members.
In terms of delivering as an entertainment, as a show on a big stage, a lot of those things that I learnt came straight from Pesco. He's a born entertainer and just all over that kind of stuff. He was the perfect guy to play Freddie.
Travis had replaced my good mate Colin Hill maybe a year or 18 months earlier. And he had just reached the point where he was now used to the touring side of it and used to the show. And you can then master, it takes a little bit to get used to doing a show like this and what your role exactly is on stage. And just getting used to touring. You know, he was a young guy when he joined, but he took to it like a duck to water.
As the show started to kind of develop and we went from doing kind of small, like RSL club kind of shows, small theatres, and step by step we kind of improved the show, improved the spectacle, got closer to what Queen were doing, and we stepped it up each time. And as part of that, we started to attract some international interest. Johnny, the promoter, was reaching out to some international promoters, and we got this kind of showcase gig in Istanbul in Turkey.
Yeah, so it was 2006. It was actually a big year for us because we had just been picked up by IMG, which was the big promoter for Europe. So we'd done Canada and USA, New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore. And we heard that we got signed up to IMG. We'd already done Istanbul, Turkey.
So we did the show, and the international promoters were really wrapped with how it went. They thought it was fantastic. But they said to Johnny, "Oh, look, we love everything, but obviously you got this ring-in bass player. He can't be the regular guy." And Johnny, without missing a beat, he says, "Oh, no, he's just a ring-in. No. A regular guy, he'll be back next week." And so Sean, the previous bass player, feels sorry for him because literally we're on the plane home and he was fired. Just to keep these guys happy. And so Craig suggested to use David Christopher, this guy that we knew. He was a big Queen fan, he played the bass. We thought he may have been interested, reached out to him, and he was certainly very interested. And so he jumped in kind of right as the elevator was on the way to the top. So he jumped in, we went to Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Dubai to do a couple of warm-up shows, and then it was straight off to Hamburg. So baptism by fire for David.
New bass player, please.
Yeah, so I met the guys back in 2003. I attended one of their concerts really early on, and what struck me the most out of the gate was the fact that it was such a massive production. They'd sold out a 2,500 seat theatre, and they had the production, the visuals and the sounds to match. And that just really blew me away because my experience was usually tribute shows were just crammed into RSL clubs or pubs, hotels. So I was just immediately taken by that, and over the course of the next couple of years I got to know the guys, and one thing led to another, and eventually I get this mysterious SMS in the middle of the night from Turkey just saying, are you interested in auditioning for the band? And the rest is history.
The first gigs with DC, our new bass player, was Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which is more like a holiday than anything. It was steaming hot. I think we were there for about a week. We did the Abu Dhabi show, we did the Dubai show, and we had maybe 4 or 5 days off sitting in a swimming pool and drinking cocktails, and the next thing was going to be Germany.
Go on.
Like a fucking tree!
Hey, DC.
Well, here I'm rolling down
Come on. You're a massive target.
One of my dads.
Then it was off to Hamburg. Flew into Frankfurt, I believe, and then we had to make a bus trip to get us to Hamburg.
And where's your tour manager right now?
Well, seems that the one who's most careful about his bags lost it, didn't he? It's
So you
kind of ironic.
wrapped it up in plastic and now it's gone?
Yeah, they must have wanted to search it because it was the most suspicious of them all.
Suspicious.
Suspicious looking.
Right.
And now we're waiting for him, you know. Usually the other way around it is.
Look at that.
There's another suspicious character. He should be wrapped in plastic.
There he is. How long have you been here, sir?
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
You haven't had a shave?
Cast away.
Look at him. Look at that.
Stuck in the terminal.
Dreadful. And you, sir, how long have you been waiting at this airport?
Well, when I first got here, I looked like this.
And before we knew it, we were on the Autobahn and heading up to Hamburg.
And as we boarded the bus, they had little bottles of schnapps. I'm like, all right, welcome to Germany. Jump on your schnapps bottles. On you go.
Beers. Sunny day.
We definitely arrived in good spirits, I think you can say, when we hit Hamburg.
You're gonna have to cut the road, Tolly. That's all there is to it.
But we arrived in Hamburg, and the first thing we saw was the giant marquee at the front of the venue. Queen is the kind of magic, maybe 30 foot high, 60 foot long. Well, I think this is going to be interesting. That was always the best part when you first got there and you saw whether it was going to be an average gig or a great show. And that was quite amazing to see that. Everyone was excited straight away. So we went and checked into a hotel, and that was the journey began right there.
Check it out. Back at the Hotel Commodore, and look what we have here. It's room 027. Fuck me, it's Travis Hare.
Hotel accommodation in Europe is very, very different.
Really, we're going to do 6 weeks here. I certainly remember there was a bit of a band meeting about it. We bailed up the tour manager and we said, what the hell, man? Like, we said fridges, there's no fridges. There's no kitchen, what the hell are we supposed to do? They had a bit of a chat about it. I think they went back to the German promoters.
You know, 5 minutes in any direction, and you had the Reeperbahn, you know, bars, clubs, action, non-stop. You had, you know, the venue was just a short walk away, and then across the road we had this amazing, like, amusement park that had set up in the summer. So, yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
We installed our own internet. We went and bought a router. We went and bought all the cabling.
On our rider was separate fridges for each bedroom and all the, details that everyone needed. None of that had happened.
But yeah, on the breakfasts, man, they were horrible.
Spreadable meats, bizarre fruits, unrecognisable sausages and small goods. Quite a culture shock for us from what we'd been used to. And we knew we were going to be there for 6 weeks.
we definitely thought, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into here?
That first night I'll never forget, because as soon as we got there, we could sense something was going on. There was a lot of action, a lot of excitement in town. World Cup was on. We just arrived for our 6 weeks of shows, so 36 shows in 6 weeks. So we knew we had a daunting task ahead of us.
The first day, I know we definitely hit up a couple of pubs, and then we were there relaxing. It was an outdoor pub we were sitting at. We get a phone call from Dan, the tour manager. Mate, England's just lost. They're out the World Cup. It's going to be mayhem on the streets. There's going to be a disaster. You guys need to get indoors now, like straight away. Down whatever you're doing, straight back to the hotel.
And Dan, our tour manager, was calling us saying, "You got to get off the streets. England have just lost their game in the World Cup," which was in Hamburg.
Phone down. Kind of seemed a bit strange to us, maybe an overreaction, but certainly the directive having come from the tour manager, we really gave it some proper thought. Ordered another beer and stayed in the bar that we were at.
And we go, oh yeah, here he is again. So we've had a couple of extra drinks and some meals. And sure enough, things started to get a bit louder and a bit rowdier, and a few more cars, and you hear some chanting in the distance. And I think within 20 minutes, police cars, sirens, people everywhere, flags, smoke, you name it. It was a welcome to Germany like no other welcome we'd had anywhere in the world.
I wanna take a walk along Actionstrasse. I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk along Actionstrasse. Paradise, she said, next to me, tenderly. The man inside, he was selling me a ride. Wake up in the morning on Actionstrasse, a one-night cab who was very fond of that. Cruising up the middle of Actionstrasse, everybody made for the peppermint shake. Everybody gonna have a good time. She said words to me, I still remember, 'cause I can't forget the painted lady. She got me, yes. She looks so neat and sounds so sweet. When the light shines bright on Midnight Street, everybody make for the peppermint shake. Wanna take a walk along Actionstrasse? I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk along Actionstrasse. I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk. I wanna take a walk along Actionstrasse.
To Monday.
Freddie Mercury? What's going on here?
Sie fliegen bauen, die bicycle and motion, Maschinen, driving, kind of magic.
Down.
The following night, though, was mayhem. Germany had won and advanced to the semi-finals, I believe. And that night it definitely kicked off. I remember it was definitely after dark. The streets were just jam-packed, car horns going off, people in the streets screaming, Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. I remember, I don't know if there's footage of it, but I remember Dave Christopher running through the cars, screaming Deutschland. I don't know if he had a flag or something, but he was certainly getting involved.
Deutschland! Deutschland! Hey! Man, I feel like running into the traffic because we can. Come on, let's do it! Maybe jumping some cars, yeah. Look at that, look at that.
What's he doing, the fucking idiot? Seeing the venue for the first time, the Fliegenbauten, was probably on a par with seeing the hotel for the first time. It certainly wasn't what we expected.
So we had set up, and it was quite a small stage for us compared to what we'd been used to. The room itself was a big rubber tent, and this was a very hot summer in Europe that year, as we were about to find out.
I think the schedule at the time, if I remember correctly, we had 6 days on, 1 day off. And of those 6 days, there was a matinee performance. It might have been 2 matinees. I think it was 6 days a week with 2 matinee shows probably on the weekends. So we had 8 shows a week.
Backstage was something else. When you're doing a residency and you're staying in one venue for 6 weeks, the backstage area is very important. It becomes like your home, and we had it set up.
We kind of took it upon ourselves. We thought, we're here for 6 weeks. Let's make our own cocktail bar. So everyone, band and crew, all went out and bought a couple of bottles each. Tequila, that would have been my choice. But tequila, vodka. We had some mixes. So by the time we got rolling, we were making margaritas, or we were making pina coladas, or whatever it may be. We were making a different thing each night.
And to a band like us, this was important shit.
Mr. Freddy at the fridge.
We'll be locked away.
We'll put you in the bunker.
We know the ideal sponsor for this band.
We'd get there and there'd be a couple beers missing already from our usual rider, however many we had on that rider. Sometimes the bottle of Jack would be down a little bit.
And I was leaving the hotel to go out, and you could do your laundry at the venue, which was, probably a 5-minute walk. And I saw DC coming back from the venue with his laundry freshly done, but a bit of a sway and a swagger, which at that time in the morning, probably 9:30, 10 a.m, caught my eye. And I checked in on the old fella, and I said, "How you doing, mate? Look, have you had a couple?" And he said, "Yeah, well, the rider was in. I had to take advantage of it." And while doing his washing, he'd launched into a couple of early morning treats.
We're at the Fliegenbauten. This is the outside bit, loading dock, band's change room, offices. Let's go and have a look inside. Come through the backstage area. Check toilets. This is the pre-stage, in between band room, stage, middle room, drinking, entertaining. This is up the back. We'll go out the back. Come up the back way. Oh, unfortunately, still got the screen down. It's pretty empty now.
There's nothing here, you're
Here's
lying.
the drum kit here.
What are the Beatles doing on?
Yeah, support act.
Sie denkt ja nur an dich und du solltest zu ihr gehen. Oh ja, sie liebt dich, schöner kann es gar nicht sein. Ja, sie liebt dich und da solltest du dich freuen. Du hast ihr wehgetan, sie wusste nicht warum. Du warst nicht schuld daran und drehtest dich nicht um. Oh ja, sie liebt dich, schöner kann es gar nicht sein. Ja, sie liebt dich und da solltest du dich freuen. Sie liebt dich, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sie liebt dich, yeah, yeah, yeah. Denn mit dir allein kann sie nur glücklich sein. Du musst jetzt zu ihr gehen, entschuldig dich bei ihr, ja das wird sie verstehen, und dann verzeiht sie dir, oh ja sie liebt dich, schöner kann es gar nicht sein, ja sie liebt dich, und da solltest du dich freuen, sie liebt dich, yeah, 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 sie liebt dich, yeah, 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 denn mit dir allein kann sie nur glücklich sein. Denn mit dir allein kann sie nur glücklich sein. Denn mit dir allein kann sie nur glücklich sein. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So initially, off the bat, we had the promoter Johnny with us, and also Peter Freestone, who was kind of a spokesman or ambassador for the group. He had been Freddie Mercury's personal assistant for a long time, and we'd come across Peter sometime before. He'd seen us. I don't recall in which country, but he'd seen us somewhere internationally. Was very impressed with the band and agreed to kind of sign on and endorse us. So off the bat, we had Johnny and Peter, or Phoebe as he was affectionately called at the time. So those guys were with us to start with, doing all the press things, various bits and pieces.
I got an email, totally out of the blue, asking if I would go and see a tribute show.
And you're in Australia, there's a tribute show, the Queen tribute show as well.
I was asked to see the band, It's a Kind of Magic, and the reason that I would endorse them is because they're the nearest I have ever seen to Queen in its heyday.
And when Peter came on board, he saw us in Singapore, and he approached us and said, look, this is as close to Queen as I've ever seen, you know, since Freddie passed away. And
just a fantastic human being. He was great to have around, really educational for the show, obviously. We learned a lot through him, you know, direct from the horse's mouth. And lots of just fond memories of the time spent with him on those tours. I particularly remember one afternoon, myself and him were trawling all the sex shops along the Reeperbahn looking for tiger print apparel for Brett's drumming costume.
Yeah, it was always more interesting when Peter Freestone was around. You know, he had a touch of celebrity about him. That people knew who he was, and they wanted to talk to him endlessly about Freddie Mercury. I don't know still to this day exactly what he thought of us, crazy Australians who loved to drink and loved a good time.
not too close. Yes?
Oh, good. I don't like doing that, but I'm glad it worked.
He actually, this is his book that I got off him on that tour, and a little message that he'd sent to me. God bless him. Fantastic guy to have around. especially with me, because he was, you know, Freddie's personal assistant. I would get the direct information from him and the tips and ideas. Let's try this different outfit. Maybe at this point in the song you do this or you do that. He's definitely someone to listen to on that, and we thank him. He was good value. Preview shows for the press. This thing had been marketed quite heavily. The first day I'd gone out and done that photo shoot on the Rickmas, and we were in every newspaper, photos everywhere, and you know, the usual.
Hi, this is Craig Pesco. I play Freddie Mercury in Queen It's a Kind of Magic. Watch Herald Sun online for my transformation. I guess I always felt something in common with Freddie when I would watch him perform was the first thing. He's such a unique mover and such a beautiful singer that was what first attracted me. And I would do it because I thought it was hilarious and just sort of make fun of it. And the more I did it, and every time I'd hear a Queen song, I would naturally do it. And that's when people started to notice it. I think you have to be a fan to do it. I don't think I could do it with anyone else.
So we'd done a couple of days of rehearsal, everything was set up, everything's looking good. We had the opening night for the press, and we come on stage, and I think from memory we were opening with Now I'm Here. So you get this big extravagant intro, and you know, the lights are all moving on stage and smoke everywhere, and it's quite a, you know, you see an opening like that, which is the way we designed the show, you'd think this is, we're in for something here tonight, this is going to be a spectacle, because it really drew your attention in and had a sense of expectation, you know, for something big about it. And I'll never forget that night. We got right up to when I was about to sing, and my back's to the audience, and we lost power. And a cheer from the audience, and we disappeared off stage, and we got the crew running around trying to sort it out. And I'm thinking to myself, after it happened the second time, this is good, because the excitement levels are rising. They still haven't seen our faces. They still haven't seen what we look like. They still haven't heard us perform, but they've seen the build-up. And every time that, I think it failed, I think the power cut out maybe 5 times in a row. Now I'm here, now. And every time that it failed, the excitement got higher. And I'm thinking, this is not a bad thing. This is a fantastic thing. Because that one time when it kicked off, attempt number 5, bang, all hell broke loose. And the Germans got a taste of what we were all about.
Queen fans want the best. And it appears these guys are giving it to them.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Maybe for me, the best parts are the older parts, because they actually play songs from the 70s, which is wonderful. I love, I can't, you'll have to do some editing here. I'm trying to remember names of songs.
No, that's okay, don't worry.
In the Lap of the Gods, Revisited, they do Seven Seas of Rye. Those songs I love. I absolutely love.
This is what you wanted. This is what you're gonna get. Fill me, you lords and many preachers. I send upon you wrath from the skies. I command your very souls, you unbelievers. Leave before me what's mine. The 7 seas arise. Can you heal me, you prince and living counselor? I stand before you naked to the eye. I will destroy any man who dares abuse my trust. Leave before me what is mine. The 7 seas arise. Yeah. It's so easy, but I can't do it. So risky, but I gotta chance it. So funny, there's nothing to laugh about. My money, that's all you wanna talk about. I can't see what you want me to be. I'm the fool. It's in the lap of God. Yeah.
pretending. Believe me, life goes on and on and on. Forgive me when I ask you where do I belong. You say I can't ever set you free, but that's not true. It's in the lap of the gods. Yeah. It's in the lap of the gods. Yeah, Brian. I'm no fool. It's in the lap of the gods. Everybody. It's in the lap of the gods. Let's hear it.
So we were just a couple of minutes from the Reaper Barn and the biggest red light district in the world. You know, you can imagine the fun that we had there.
Today we'll take you on a seedy tour of the seedy underbelly of the city that never sleeps.
Good afternoon, this is fighter pilot Hans Gruber welcoming you to the lovely dollhouse here in Hamburg. Now today we're going to have a look around at all the wonderful sights and sounds and smells of this beautiful city. Good morning, this is Mr. Herbert Strasser coming to you live from the city streets of lovely downtown Hamburg. With me, of course, is my compatriot Travis Hare from Brisbane, and we're just enjoying a morning brew of the local Astra. How are you finding Hamburg?
It's very St. Pauli.
It's very St. Pauli. And as you'll see later on, as we reach down into the depths of debauchery this afternoon, you will see the
Trocken Seehen.
The Trocken Seehen that is Hamburg. Right, this is Herbert Strauss signing off from here at the Reeperbahn in Hamburg. Until next time.
The case for me, a standard day by the end was kind of just wake up in the afternoon, hungover.
Brett and I had walked into the hotel around 8 o'clock in the morning after being out all night.
Swear that you would not again have a big night out.
You know, straight to breakfast, up to your room, sleep all day, get up at 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Of course, once we hit the venue, well, then you hit the cocktail bar, you have a drink or two, you perk back up again, okay, it's not so bad.
He was absolutely adamant to buy one of those chairs on wheels, and he wanted me to wheel him back to the hotel from the Reeperbahn.
Before you know it, you're back to the bar again, you're having a great time at the Reeperbahn, and next thing you know, it's midday again. Alarm going off. Not doing that again. Repeat, rinse, repeat.
But, you know, we were set for good times, and on a night off or a night on, it would, you know, take nothing to leave the show and go back to the hotel, drop your gear off and walk straight into the Reeperbahn, and it's just complete madness.
It's also the red light district. So certainly we hadn't seen anything like that in our time. Girls on the streets propositioning in broad daylight.
Look, it's exactly what you thought it was. It's endless bars. You can go and buy beers and drinks and walk down the street and go anywhere with them. Strip clubs, live sex shows.
As I say, I was fairly young at the time, and I didn't think I was that naive to the ways of the world, but maybe in hindsight a little bit.
Look, a crazy town, a crazy place, and that time of year with the festivities going on there, it was unmatched.
this money.
You're not listening to me, mate. You listen to your fucking self. You just say anything. It just the word is meaningless.
After you're done a bicycle race in the fucking stadium, put a bit of this shit on.
Right, extra bonus footage.
Extra bonus footage. Freddie and John share a fucking joke.
But I will never forget that place. Wow. What happens in St. Pauli stays in St. Pauli. Exactly between our hotel and the venue came this huge carnival, circus, you name it. It had all the roller coasters and Dodgem cars and food and Geister Temple, that's the ghost train, which we enjoyed. Just everything you could wish for, which, you know, just, it gave us something to do and a place to hang out and somewhere to celebrate. And I think we spent less time in the Reaper Barn then and more time at the carnival. Thank God for that, because it really gave us your own private amusement park, really. You could do a show, finish up, walk over, jump on a roller coaster, go and have drinks for the next 2 hours, jump on the ghost train, play it however you wanted to.
Happy little day, Jimmy went away. Ladies little Jimmy on a funky kind of day. Happy baby babe, so decorous he lay. Neath the gay illuminations all around the holiday. Salute to the rest of the little man. Drink in the air, as we pass there. Jenny, will you stay? Daddy, to be brave. Nothing any come between us. Tell me love, what do you say? Oh no, I must away to my mom in disarray. If my mother should discover how I spent my holiday, it would be a small way to jump a man. Drink in the air, I'll say farewell. Our rock of ages do not crumble. Love is breathing still. Our Lady Moon shine down. A little people magic, if you will.
Eddie!
Anatole Day, our sound guy. Anatole, or Tolly, absolute maniac. He and I still see each other to this day. We work in a few shows together. We're both still in the music business. But he was an absolute menace back in those days.
very early on. I'd been in the band less than a week, and we were in Dubai, and Anatol had spent the better part of an afternoon drinking a litre of duty-free vodka. One thing leads to another. The next thing, he's chasing me down the hotel corridor, stark naked. I just get to the elevator in time, and as the doors close, I see Anatol just pass out on the floor in front of me. I've gone up to the tour manager, Dan's room, said, what's going on? This guy's gone nuts or something. He comes back downstairs with me. The elevator doors open, and he's nowhere to be seen. And we get into my room, and there's Anatol passed out on the bed. To this day, we don't know how he got in, because the guy was naked. He wasn't carrying keys. He had no pockets.
One thing I noticed about the Reeper Barn was the cobblestone and the ground was always covered in broken glass, wherever you went. And to add to the broken glass that was already on the ground, Anatol had decided to launch a beer bottle at the Reeper Barn police station.
But what actually happened is the idiot wanted to souvenir a beer stein, or like a glass from one of the pubs we were drinking at. So he snuck it home back to his room, filled it up with beer, took it back out again to go to another bar, and then threw that glass at the police station. The one that he was trying to keep.
Tolly's natural environment. Prison.
I was there for that. It did happen.
How the hell he got away with that, I don't know. As part of the backstage setup, we had that cocktail bar that I was talking about. There was one night where Trav in particular, and I think Dave, but they brought absinthe along. They got hold of some really good traditional stuff. And absinthe kind of does some weird things at times. So Trav had a bit of this absinthe before we'd gone on.
Hey Trav, what have you got there?
The Green Fairy.
I recall him and DC were the sort of party leaders, really. You know, there was not too much that was going to stop them from a good time.
I do remember Trav and I had a little fondness for that in Germany and later on in Spain.
The cake should be going this way.
Shotgun.
Hit the left, Tolly.
Shotgun Trav.
But he had a guitar solo in the kind of the second half of the show.
My classic memory, of course, of Travis is right near the end of the 6 weeks. Okay, mate, polish yourself.
Oh, I can't polish this car.
Yeah, we'll give it a good smoke, though. Oh, you've done it. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it in 12 seconds. Oh, you filthy dog.
Good gig tonight, hey!
This guitar solo was a disaster. It was an absolute train wreck.
Travis was wailing away, and all of a sudden I heard a clunk and a few sort of weird notes. And I looked down and I said, what's going on out there? You must have fainted or something. You better run out on stage.
Trav, how's the show going for you tonight?
Trav's completely oblivious. He's loving it. He thinks he's on top of the world. This is the best solo he's ever played in his whole life.
But yeah, I'm certainly glad that my solo came in the first half of the set.
And later on that night, we were filming every show for the management company back here in Australia. And we had we were actually audio recording that one. Don't know if it got filmed. It might have been just an audio recording. But when we got the chance to replay that, it was obvious that young Mr. Travis had pushed himself to the limits that his body could take, and maybe compromised his solo that night a little bit. But like a true champion, you know, he was back on top form within one or two more drinks.
So after that guitar solo, I think that recording that was supposed to go back to the promoter may mysteriously have vanished.
I think about midway through our residency, we had the opportunity to go and do some promotion for the show.
We were asked to do a TV show that was a nationally broadcast to all of Germany TV show, but it was filmed in, I believe, Frankfurt.
We had to pre-record a track because there's no live performance on this TV show.
Part of the deal with that show, like a lot of TV shows, was that you had to mime the performance.
We were up Sunday morning, 5 a.m. on a Lufthansa flight to Frankfurt.
So I remember Tolly rocking up, blind drunk still from the night before, or the night that was still going, to see us off.
Anatole was there in body, but in spirit he was, I think, maybe 12 hours deep in drinking and possibly some other substances.
Yeah, we just wanted to come and tell you we're sorry we can't make it today.
We're on the job.
That's all right, mate. There you go. There you go. Oh yeah, is this ready for me?
Yeah. Well, you go off, mate.
Alright, here, you better take this. Rod, you put your bag in there?
Yep. Yeah.
Buddy, you put your rucksack in there? Rock on, boys.
Yeah.
Huh?
See you, mate. See you on TV.
Right, 3 in that one, 3 in this one.
Okay.
Enter Dan Redgrave, tour manager, for a all-time prank.
The practical joke was that we had lost the backing track.
Tolly, as we'd said before, blind drunk when we left for the airport. So by the time we get to the TV station, we know that the guy's got to be on his deathbed, passed out, not feeling great.
Oh, I got a pain in the elbow, good night.
When we got to Frankfurt, we'd called him, and he was in a horrible state.
Dan calls him in a panic. Mate, this backing track that we've recorded, the click track's not on it. We can't use it. You're going to have to redo the whole thing and send it to us. There's only a couple hours or an hour till we're live on air.
And convinced him to play us his version of the track over the phone so we could use that.
Dan says, well, mate, why don't you just press play and hold it to the phone, and I'll hold the phone up to a microphone here.
Economy society.
It was a hot summer day. We were set up by a swimming pool in Frankfurt, Germany. It was probably 9:30 a.m. when we did the performance, and that was Fernsehgarten.
Im Fernsehgarten viel Vergnügen jetzt mit Queen, It's a Kind of Magic, und der Titel, der heißt Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
This thing called love, I can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get round to it. I am ready. Crazy little thing called love. This thing called love, it cries in the cradle all night. It's sweet and it jives, shakes all over. Jellyfish, I like it. Crazy little thing called love. There goes my baby. She knows how to rock and roll. She drives me crazy, giving me hot and cold fever. She leaves me in a cool sweat. Well, I've gotta be cool, relax. Get here, get on my tracks, take a back seat, hitchhike, take a long ride on a motorbike until I'm ready. Crazy little thing called relax, get here, get on my tracks, take a back seat, hitchhike, take a long ride on my motorbike until ready, crazy little thing called love. Yeah. Yes, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get round to it. Crazy little thing called love. Crazy little thing called love. Yeah. Crazy little thing called love. Crazy little thing called love.
Called Love, also dieses kleine, verrückte Ding, was Liebe heißt.
She keeps a Moet Chandon in a pretty cabinet. Left that in cake, she said, just like Mary Antoinette. Building a remedy, Khrushchev and Kennedy. At any time, an invitation you can't deny. Carry on, cigarettes, whoever's doing it. Just ordinarily nice. She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine. Dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind. Momentarily out of action, temporarily out of time. She absolutely drives you wild. She's out to get you. She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine, dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind. Recommended in the price, insatiable in appetite. Wanna try? Yes! Hello, my beauty! Is it happening? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bicycle Race! Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. You say black, you say white, you say bar, I say bike, you say shark. I said, hey man, Joe wasn't never my feet, I don't like Star Wars. You say Roy, you say Roy, you say God, give me shine, you say Lord. I say Christ, I don't believe in Peter Man, Frankenstein, Superman. All I wanna do is bicycle, yeah. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Races are coming your way. So begin.
I come Larkins. Is I come Larkins? We've got time for wee. We've got time for wee. Please. Excuse me.
The shows were getting better and better. As you know, the more you play, the better you get, and the audience was reacting really well, and we were finding our feet and getting used to living in Germany. And we were only a couple of days from what first was a rumor that we would play a show at the FIFA Fan Fest for the World Cup final of that year, 2006.
So if you can't make it to the game itself, you go to the FanFest site. They get a big screen there. They've got bars. They've got bands on, all sorts of things, and they get tens and tens of thousands of people to these FanFest sites.
IMG reps running around, and our manager and our tour manager, and a lot of talk. And it wasn't too long before we knew for sure we were going to be getting up there in front of anything up to 50,000 people.
Definitely, from my point of view, the highlight of the Hamburg run.
It wasn't until the actual day that we saw how huge it was. Crossing now live to Wembley, where the Queen group will be performing in front of what is said to be 70,000 people.
At the moment it's only 7.
One. This place is enormous out here. It's quite frightening. All went well. I think we went back across the road. Wasn't too far to the gig that we were playing at anyway. And sat around there for a few hours, and then when we came back, it was a completely different story. Thousands and thousands of people. The noise, even before you got there, was crazy. All hands on deck. Tolly was our sound engineer. Junior was there, but a minimal light show. IMG were there. Johnny, our manager, was there. Dan Redgrave, Peter Freestone.
Look, I remember we made a bit of a day of it. We kind of got ready. We used the dressing rooms over at the venue. We got like limousine-style cars to carry us from the venue into the FanFest site, and it was like we'd seen on the Wembley kind of footage or those other big stadium shows that Queen had done. Straight out of the car, up onto stage, and then straight out into the limelight, out in front of tens of thousands of people. Was amazing.
What's happening today? Today we're doing probably, hopefully, our biggest show to date, which will be playing fan fest across the road before the World Cup finals soccer game, and there could be about 50 to 70,000 maybe.
So, Mr. Dave Christopher, what are we doing here?
I don't know, I'm MP3, I'm having a quiet beer, just ruminating about the nascent show.
Which is what?
Which is our recreation of the Wembley Live Aid gig. Hello.
Hello, would you like to do a piece for camera? Hey! I was thinking Swan Lake. It was fucking close. Very nice.
Butterfly.
Like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Or then there's.
I reckon you put the wool on. We got them do it. We got them feed and do it.
Very nice.
For the Rosa Dash.
Let's go back to his old days.
Long gone.
Did I just see Mr. Freestone doing ballet?
Yeah.
You sure did.
But you missed the best part of it.
He did Swan Lake.
Rock on, metal dudes.
Oh shit.
What have we got here?
Coke, Jack, Roger. Good combination.
Nice. Here we go, the warm up. The warm up begins.
Slowly but surely. You don't understand.
I got it, it's all there.
Here, this is an enormous place up here. Frightening. Beautiful, I tell ya. It ain't.
Oh, look at his hair.
Hey, look at his hair. Right you are.
Don't worry, baby.
It's a beautiful day. This is what we're going to put on our DVD.
You love it.
Good evening, Freddie.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well, actually. We're just finalising the set list here with Dan Redgrave, our tour manager, working out which songs would work best for a festive occasion like this.
Yeah.
I think we've got it. To where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's important, you know.
So what was the thinking behind the set?
Well, I like to bring back, because we'll be doing 50 to 70,000 people, reminiscent of the Live Aid performance was what was my general idea. We've strayed a little bit away, but I mean, we're catering also to our German fan club, who, you know, out of the 2,000, no, not 2,000, maybe 600 and something Queen songs that we could choose from, I think we've got it down to the essence of what it's all about. So.
Okay, and with it being World Cup final day, any special songs you think are going to be in there?
Well, of course, We're the Champions. I think I Want It All. It's very appropriate. Hammer to Fall is a nice touch for whoever's going to be out there on the field. We've tried to aim all the material to be in that direction. And then when we go and play a lingerie show, we'll choose something else.
Fantastic. So any words for our German audience here today?
We will rock you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
We need a couple of half-drunk ones on the piano.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be Dave then. Half drunk on the piano.
You need a beer, you need a water.
That's a modesty cloth, isn't it?
Maybe.
You ain't that modest. Buster, hang on.
Yeah, starting to fill up now. Game time. 100,000. 100,000. Not game time, it's kind of magic time.
That is the game, isn't it?
That is the game, there's no other game in town.
Oi, oi!
Wow! Jetzt wird ja digital.
Cheers! You're right, it's still here.
Still there.
Und die Blauen sind auch da vorne. Bäh! So, meine Damen und Herren.
Willst du etwas trinken?
Die ganzen Tage hier während der WM hier in Hamburg bei der großartigen Show ansagen wird.
We're going to be buzzing here. We're going to be buzzing. A couple more hours, well, 1 hour, this place will be jumping to the sound of Kind of Magic.
Follow that cab. Just there. It's one of the longer taxi rides I've had.
Weißt du auch, in welchem Spiel das war? Deutschland, Ungarn, glaube ich. Nicht ganz. Es wäre Brasilien Schweden gewesen, aber letztendlich egal. Aber das hat ja gereicht als Anfang. Wir haben auch ein kleines schönes Video mitgebracht. Das wollen wir uns gerne mal angucken.
Hey mate, I got my own shit. Mr. Freestone, quick word for the camera.
No, I can never think of quick words for the camera.
Some long words for the camera. How are you feeling today?
Actually, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad the rain's gone off, and it looks as though it's going to hold off. So
Seems to be doing okay.
It's going to be an interesting.
And your thoughts on the band playing to a big crowd for the World Cup final?
Good for them. They deserve it.
Fantastic.
Welcome to Live Aid. John Deegan. My thank you, it's lovely to be here.
Aber ganz ehrlich, hast du sowas schon mal erlebt jetzt in Hamburg? Und ich möchte jetzt sehen, da ist Italien wieder am schnellsten. Das ist leider falsch. Danke! Bitte! Sehr schön. Sollten wir noch mal einiges wissen über Italien und über Frankreich.
They won't know what hit them.
We're going to turn the whole lot up to 11.
11? 11. We're having
Most bands, they're going along at 10. Where are you going to go? What we do, we go to 11.
Check out
Ich mag this.
And the cool man of the band. He plays it so cool.
Und natürlich kommt es heute.
How you doing, Miss PG? There's a lot of people out there.
We're ready. We're ready for it. We're going to eat them up. They say we're like old dinosaurs. We're going to eat them up and spit them out.
Nicht mehr kritisiert, sondern eher als Geniestreich gewertet. Insbesondere die Rückkehr von Zinedine Zidane. Der große Held der vergangenen Spiele ist jedoch eindeutig der defensive Mittelfeldspieler Patrick Vieira. Mit seinen tollen Pässen und wichtigen Toren brachte er die Equipe Tricolore überhaupt erst dorthin, wo sie jetzt steht. Nun können die WM-Opas noch einmal den Einzug ins Finale zugetraut. Sie waren sicherlich
You'd never have thought we'd sell so many bloody tickets.
It's a kind of magic. 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 One dream, one soul, one prize, one goal to dance. Oh, what could it be? It's a kind of magic.
Fantastic. How was that? How was that?
Fucking hell.
How was that for you, sir?
Und in einer Viertelstunde heißt es bei uns auf unserer 80 Meter großen, der großen Mini-Leinwand. Italien gegen Frankreich. Seid ihr schon in Finalstimmung hier? Das ist gut.
Fantastic.
Das hat also eine eigene Dynamik, das könnte jetzt stundenlang so weitergehen.
How was that for you?
You know?
Can you hear me say your name forever? Can you see me longing for you forever? Would you let me touch your soul forever? Can you feel me longing for you forever, forever? I know the light grows darker down below, but in your eyes it's gone before you know. This is the moment of just letting go. She said, if you had life eternal. Can you hear me say your name forever? Can you see me longing for you forever, forever? Would you let me touch your soul forever? Can you feel me longing for you forever, forever? We dance once more. I feel your hands are cold. Within your heart, a story to be told. This is the moment of just letting go. This is the moment of just letting go. This is the moment of just letting go. This is the moment of Can you hear me say your name forever? Can you see me longing for you forever, forever? Would you let me touch your soul forever? Can you feel me longing for you forever and ever? If you had life eternal.
Little did we know that was the biggest crowd we would ever play to in our career. And the final numbers, I believe, were 47,000 on that day. And you don't get to do that too often.
I think my favourite memories with the show are definitely those larger crowds that we performed to, of which Hamburg was certainly one. The FIFA Fan Fest was one of, if not our biggest. When I left Hamburg after 6 weeks, I was happy to never see Hamburg again. I know Dave and Travis both went back a little bit. Dave spent quite a bit of time there. But for me, I was 6 weeks and done with Hamburg. Happy to leave it in the rearview mirror, I think.
Well, that was good to talk about it again. You don't think about these things too much 20 years down the track. And that was an interesting tour. It was the end of that classic lineup that we had from Dubai through. We continued on that year, and we went to, we finished up in Casino Lisboa in Portugal. And for the next season, DC went back to Germany, and he was replaced by Mitch Cams. So 2007 was, a new bass player, and we went on to America that year and did our biggest tour of the States ever. Ended up playing at the Kodak Theater and San Diego Civic and on both coasts, which was another fantastic tour. But that was the end of the classic era. We did end up getting back together, that lineup, a little bit later on, but we never again reached something like that with a 6-week residency and TV to 5 million people and 47,000 people live in concert. It really was a hell of a time for us.
But before you have an opportunity to meet the members of the cast in person, we would like to introduce you to them out of character. So would you please welcome, recreating the thundering drums and stick-twirling antics of Mr. Roger Taylor from Brisbane, Australia, Mr. Brett Milliken. Driving sounds of the Queen bass guitar from Hamburg in Germany, Mr. David Christopher. As his lordship Brian May, the homecoming boy from Whitianga, New Zealand, Mr. Travis Hare. And finally, our undisputed King of Queen, Mr. Craig Freddie Preston! You have indeed been a fantastic audience, helping us to keep the music and spirit of Queen alive forever. With Queen, it's a kind of magic!
It's so easy, but I can't do it. So risky, but I got a chance it. So funny, there's nothing to laugh about. My money, that's all you wanna talk about. I can see what you want me to be, but I'm no fool. It's in the lap of the gods. Oh, la, la, la. I can see what you want me to be. There's no meaning in my pretending. Believe me, life goes on and on. And forgive me when I ask you where do I belong. You say you can do it, you can do it, you can go and set it free.